One of the most famous, but famously overlooked parables in all of the New Testament is the parable of the sheep and the goats. This is a parable where Jesus says, the day of judgment will come where the Son of Man will draw all people to himself like sheep and goats. And the sheep will be put on one side as the good, so to speak. And those sheep, he will say to them, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. When I was in prison, you came and visited me. When I was naked, you clothed me, and so on. And what is fascinating is they say, we had no idea we did that. When did we do that? And he says, whatever you did to the least of my people is what you did to me. And he also says the same in the opposite to the goats. He says, I was hungry, but you didn't feed me. I was naked and you didn't clothe me. I was in prison and you didn't visit me. And now you will go off to torment in hell. Now, I feel very uncomfortable with hell language. I find it sometimes feels like it just is sort of gross when heard through televangelists and angry preachers. But there's something about that passage which is so rightly unsettling. What it says is that nobody knows their relationship with the divine victim. None of us knows how we relate to God, because the way we relate to God is known through the way we relate to the marginalized and the poor. And even good people don't know how they relate to the victim. I mean, again, the sheep said, we had no idea that we were doing good to God. What that means, and it relates so much to mimetic theory, is it says all of us are always operating in a way that we don't fully know what we're doing. And so it becomes so imperative for us to become perpetually destabilized by what we think is normal, what we think is a normal way of being in the world. The most normal way of being in the world, of course, is to ignore the hungry, the thirsty, those in prison, to ignore immigrants. I mean, even in our society, we arrest people that give water to people that are dying of thirst in the crossing of our border. And even though it's happening illegally, Christians have always said that it's better to obey God than any human. And so there is this deep, unsettling tension in that parable that says you have no idea how you relate to God. And if you want to even get a glimpse of it, ask how you treat the poor. That's why Gandhi, when they asked him, are you a Christian? He said, I have no idea. Ask the poor and they will tell you.